Welcome back to Gophers Dynasty. It's been a little bit of time since we've had the first episode, but we are back here. And so far, things are going pretty well. A 3-0 start for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, just beat Nevada 34 to 28, a little bit closer than anticipated, which makes this next matchup a little bit more difficult. The recruiting is going pretty well. We are in first place with quite a few of these prospects, trying to get some of them to come up early. We already have a few visits scheduled. So you have players that are ready to visit. You also have, again, our top quarterback here, Afa Luapahau, is going to be maybe our starting quarterback of the future. We also have Kurt McGowan. We have a good lead on right now. So we have some guys that are making some progress here. We'll see if we can get some of them to commit. Maybe get a big win over Iowa. We'll see what happens. 4-0 start would be really great here. I think that would help recruiting a ton. I mean, we are trying to get Minnesota to a place that we haven't seen in quite some time. So winning games against Iowa, which lately in Minnesota history has seemed to have been a struggle for this team. We're hoping to bounce back with a big win here. We're gonna get the ball first here. That's huge to start some momentum right off the bat. Going to take a touchback here. Iowa's defense is always going to be tough, so we're going to have to spread things out. And then we get the RPO game going right off the bat. Going to hand the ball off to Taylor. Going to big gap. He's going to get some big yards there. We're going to go to a huddle. I feel like that worked really well for us in the first video, but this is a different caliber of opponent. North Carolina was maybe comparable, but Iowa's defense is just very, very difficult to beat. But yeah, we are going to have to run the football if we're going to be successful. And that's going to be evident throughout this entire series. We're going to have to find ways to get the ball down the field and make things, if it's third down, make it third and manageable. Have to keep Darius Taylor healthy too. That is a key. He is such a stud for us. Direct snap to him. Oh, had a one. Did not hit it. 4th and 2. And just can't afford to keep missing on opportunities like that. And we're going to get a touchback probably here. Going to fall into the end. Being physical with Iowa, especially on defense, is going to be an absolute key for us. Iowa wants to run the football, and we're going to get a big stop on 2nd and 11. Again, if you've been watching Minnesota this year, you know that they have a really good defense. I think a very underrated defense. One that is doing exactly things like that to make it 3rd and 14. This is just a fun group. It's a group that gets after it. They play with a lot of energy, and that's going to help them. Jaw Joyner's going to get a sack here. A big sack to make it 4th and 24. Nearly a safety. And that's the kind of stuff we've seen already this season. We'll see if the Gophers this weekend can pull off. Part of that is going to be on the offense, though. And yes, it's been a minute since we played, so it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out how we're going to run this offense. A little play action here. Going to dump it off to the back again. Sometimes we're going to have to do that, although that's not ideal. Again, RPOs kind of feel like just the next read option, so try not to do that a ton, but also when you have opportunities to do it, you got to hit guys downfield. 3rd and 10. See if we can pick up some good yardage here. We're in Iowa territory, so maybe we can get somebody to open here. We got the tight end. We get hit as we throw, though. Don't like punting in opponent territory, but I don't know if we necessarily have enough to get. That's a long distance to go against Iowa's defense. All right, defense is back on the field here. It was a good first drive for us, but Iowa's going to continue to be physical. We know that we have to get in our spaces there, and our defensive line continues to make tackles for loss. Iowa's going to run a lot of interesting sets here. We're going to have to be, again, physical against the run. We're also going to have to slow down the pass. Oh, you can't let that be that wide open. Simple passes like that just can't go for first downs. That's just not going to help our case here. 1st and 10 for Iowa. Cade McNamara is under center here. Crowd is really into it here. Handoff to the right side. Gonna get a tackle there, but not after a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4, 2:45 left in the first quarter. So far, offense has not gotten much going for us. Our defense continues to play well, and we're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Both of these teams just want
Iowa's most likely going to run the football here. That's exactly what they do, and our defense can't get the stop first. And Minnesota's defense, I think that a lot of people are just going to let them fly under the radar because we've seen this is not as talented of a team in the Big Ten compared to some of these other teams. But this is a defense that can play. I think that if you watch Minnesota's defense, they can be physical. Now, Iowa is a team that would test them, and obviously some of those better teams in the Big Ten. As we get a tackle loss, Jaw Joyner is having himself a game. Jaw Joyner is one of those guys that has to be a leader this year. I think that's one thing we've seen so far is we have good leadership for Minnesota, both in this series, but also in actual real life. I think that's been really fun for Minnesota as the ball goes deep. And it's nearly picked up, broken up, 4th and 13. And if you're a Gophers fan, I think you've been kind of waiting for DJ Fleck to make a run like he did in 2019, as Iowa surprisingly is going to get this terrible punt. But again, it's going to come down to the offense. You haven't had an offense like you did in 2019, and you don't quite have the playmakers, but you have guys like Darius Taylor that are going to make this a little easier. But we get a 2-yard gain. We got to get things going here. We got to pick up the passing attack. We're going to simplify some things here. Let's see if we can get Spencer. Maybe we have Tyler Williams on the backside there. Got him open. Easy pitch and catch. Oh, and Tyler Williams is breaking free. Breaks the tackle and almost breaks another one. Gets inside of Iowa territory there. A big first down for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Darius Taylor running on the left side, makes the guy miss, and broken tackles continue to be the theme for the Gophers here. This is a good drive for Minnesota, trying to punch the ball into the end zone to take a 7-0 lead, and so far things are looking pretty good. Taylor gets tackled in the backfield though on 1st and 10. Yeah, RPO game has been really good for us. That's been really exciting. We'll see if we can get the ball here into the end zone. We throw it deep. Brockington is open, and we get him for a touchdown. Brockington gets it into the end zone. Minnesota is going to take a 6-0 lead. One thing we say again, it's early in the season, but Max Brosmer has been really fun to watch in real life. He's been interesting to watch in this series. I think that he's a good quarterback for Minnesota and gives them a serviceable player for what they are looking to do offensively. And I think he's a competitor, and that's what makes him really fun in real life. Now, he's not going to get that in a video game. I can't believe I'm actually making tackles this time. So that's what Minnesota needed. After last year, the quarterback position was very disappointing, and you didn't exactly know what you had. And oh boy, we're giving up big chunk yards there. Simple plays are going to be death of us here. But yeah, again, quarterback play is something that Minnesota definitely needs as the first quarter ends here. Again, a low-scoring affair, but so far the Gophers are playing pretty well. Defense, once again, is trying to look to make a stop. 1st and 10, handoff to the right side, and Minnesota is just swarming right now. Pick up 2. Sending a little pressure here. We'll see what Iowa has in store. 2nd and 8, 5:47 in the second quarter as we just started. Broken tackle there, but Minnesota swarms once again. 3rd and 8, this is exactly where you want to have Iowa if you're Minnesota. This is a down and distance that you really like, and it's easy to see why. However, Cade McNamara is making some really good throws. And now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10. Iowa is driving. They're at the 20-yard line to get things going in the second quarter. Minnesota is looking to get a stop, run to the right side. The rushing attack for Iowa has not done a ton today. And again, this is what you can expect from a Minnesota team. This is a team that plays pretty well when they're playing together. And we get another sack there, 3rd and 20. Who else but Jaw Joyner? And once again, we find ourselves in a favorable down and distance. This is really good for Minnesota. Get a field goal, make them settle for that. And unless we get a sack here, we get a big hit on Cade McNamara. Field goal attempts here. We'll see if we can get it. Miss, and it's going to the right, and it's no good. Iowa misses the field goal. Minnesota retains its 7-0 lead. All right, let's see if we can get something going right off the bat. Maybe we can get Calroop here on the seam route. We have him. Let's see if we can get him. Thread the needle. Oh, it's incomplete. We've had some opportunities here. It's just a matter of getting it to where we want to go. Getting Darius Taylor involved is going to be a key as we burst through the right side for a big gain, 8 yards to make it 3rd and 2. And Darius Taylor is so fun to play with on this game. Such an explosive back. The ability to get in open space and hit those creases. That's what's going to make Minnesota really good. And whether it's Darius Taylor or someone else in this series, it's going to be really fun to watch. 1st and 10. Going with a little play action here. See if Iowa will open things up. We're dropping things off pretty short, but we get 4 yards. And again, sometimes you just need to take the 4 yards. Sometimes you need to take those short gains and hope that it is enough for what you're trying to do. 2 yards probably isn't going to do it. I was being a little aggressive with stopping the run, so maybe we can sneak a screen play behind them and Darius Taylor gets hung up. Well, we knew this was going to be a tough game for sure, so we knew that this was a possibility, but we're doing a pretty good job of not making mental mistakes, not forcing turnovers, so that is definitely helpful. 3:30 in the second quarter, 7-0. Iowa has not moved the ball for the most part. There's been a few plays that they've done well, but our rush defense has been good so far. LaShawn Williams, 10 carries for just 12 yards. That speaks volumes to what Minnesota has done so far in this game, and Iowa's rushing attack has really done nothing against this defense, and we swarm once again. 3rd and 6, Iowa's trying to move the ball downfield. Almost picked off. We almost picked off that pass. Ethan Robinson with almost a monster pick. That would have been huge to get the ball deep in Iowa territory. We settle for a punt, though. We'll see if we can make a play here. Make a juke there. Break a tackle. Oh, my goodness, Elijah Spencer. You almost had a punt return touchdown. And these RPOs are playing so well for us right now. Spencer might be good on the bubble here. See if we can get him to break one tackle. Try to get a stiff arm tackle for loss. Getting Darius Taylor involved. Have a hole right up the middle, but he can't get it. 2-yard gain. 3rd and 9. Let's see if our O-line can give us some time to throw. We have kind of a long developing play here. Iowa's not going to send pressure. We'll see if we can thread this in there. And we get a 1st down. Tyler Williams has been phenomenal for us. 3 catches for 55 yards. A good start to this game for Minnesota. Back to the RPO. We'll see if Iowa gives us any space here. Probably could have thrown that bubble, but Darius Taylor picks up 3 yards. In the 2-minute warning, which is great in college football 25 that they don't call it the 2-minute timeout. Nobody likes that. I don't know what college football is trying to do. 2nd and 7. Let's see if we can take a deep shot here. Oh, we got over the middle there. Drop it in there. Had to put a little more juice on it. 3rd and 7. 1:56 left in the second quarter. This might be 4-down territory here. Let's see if we can get decent chunky yards. We got the bubble. We do pick up that yardage there. 4th down. I think we have to almost kick it here. A 48-yard field goal. It's up and it's going to the left and it's no good. Might just have to start going for it if it's going to be that long. A missed field goal, 1:48 left. Give the ball back to Iowa. Our defense is playing well. I think we can hang our hats on that. We don't want to rely on them too much, but with 1:48 left, Iowa is going to have to move the ball through the air. And so far, they are not. Okay, they're now, as I say that, they get a big play. And who is that all the way into the end zone? A big play for a touchdown. Right as I say that, and that was actually my zone too, of course. So that's just great. Gill scores with a big play. 11 seconds there, 9 seconds actually, and I was about to tie this up. That is just not good football on my part, just falling asleep here, and Iowa kicks the extra point to tie it up. Pressure's on our offense to get things going. It's nice to see this crowd so packed. This is something we haven't seen in a while at Minnesota, and that's really exciting. But you got to keep winning football games if you want that to continue. Maybe Tyler Williams can get open here. Maybe Rockington is going to get us on that out. we'll see how much time we have. We're gonna, oh, we got hit. I like Tyler Williams deep. Passing attack needs a little bit of work right now, but we do have some really exciting options, I think. I think that when you're looking at this offense, you feel pretty good. First down there. Let's pick up the pace. 1:26 left in this second quarter. The first half is going pretty well overall for Minnesota. And I think that you're feeling really good if you're a Gophers fan about how this one would turn out. 2nd and 7, a minute 15, clock is running. Man, this is a group that I think could be really fun to watch in 2024. We're obviously going to wait and see. We got a comeback here. That's going to be a completion. Get out of bounds. I think throughout this year, we also forget that Daniel Jackson is still playing for this team. I think that that's kind of hard when you're Minnesota and you don't have the best passing attack. Okay, we need some. Daniel Jackson has been good for us so far in this series. He's been a big-time playmaker, and we'll see if we can get him involved even more. Got a tight end over the middle. That was thrown behind him. 3rd and 7. A big play here with 49 seconds left. We're probably out of field goal range, so you kind of have to get this play. Oh, got him over the middle there. Tyler Williams once again. This team has no answer for Tyler Williams. He has been so good, even in simple plays like that. Just a quick slant play, that has been huge to have him play so well. And we're going to throw it to the right. Almost got picked off. That was a bad decision there. We got Daniel Jackson on the left side there. We'll take a peek and see if we can hit maybe Brockenden quick. Got linebacker left his spot, and when he leaves the spot, we're gonna hit our guy all day. That's an easy pitch and catch. I've learned so much from, if you guys don't follow certain people on social media, as Darius Taylor gets in there for a touchdown, there are certain people on social media that if you follow them, you're going to learn a lot about this game and certain things that even if you're not even the best at the game or best at understanding things, certain concepts like linebackers leaving their spot, if you have a route going there, you need to hit him. So that's an easy way to move the ball down the field, and you don't have to have big plays. Yes, those are fun, but simple plays can get you into good position. And this is, we'll see what Iowa wants to do, but this is a potential fun time for guys like Ja Joyner to just pin their ears back and get after it. An 8-yard gain there gets things started, and I'm sending pressure. I hope I don't regret that. After some of the plays that we've seen, maybe that's a bad decision, but that's okay. It's just a bad decision to send pressure. Gill is off to the races again, and oh my goodness, he's going to score again. Well, explosive plays are keeping Iowa in the game. That's not something anybody has ever said, ever, but here we are. All right, so defense clearly not my strong suit, but let's see what we can do offensively. We got some good things going offensively. Nice kick return here. 8 seconds left. We'll see if we can get something deep downfield. We have Tyler Williams open, and he dives, does not make the catch. But Iowa's not letting us get a ton out there, so we'll see if we can pick up some quick yards. A dumb reception here. We're getting some yards. Let's see how far Max Brosmer can throw it. Oh, and we almost come down with it, but we can't. And it's tied at half, 14-14. So big plays are kind of killing us right now. They have 144 yards on 2 plays and 2 touchdowns. Pretty simple adjustment if you make an adjustment. Just don't let up big plays. Sometimes easier said than done, so, you know, there's that. But 1st and 10, let's see if our defense can get back to where it needs to be. 5-yard gain on 1st down, not great. Again, eventually we gotta make some plays. We gotta make tackles. We can't have missed tackles and expect to continue to be. Oh, there we go. Good sack there. Sacks are going to be huge for us, especially against this passing attack, which, despite those explosive plays, is not an elite passing attack by any means. And I say that like I'm not making Iowa look like they're just this air raid offense right now. So 3rd and 16, though, that's a good down and distance for Minnesota. Let's see if we can get to the quarterback, and we can't, and the tight end is just killing us. I don't know. I'm not obviously covering. I'm not calling the right coverage here. That's got to change. We got to get something different. Maybe we're going to run nickel more. especially in that 3rd and long. 1st and 10 though, Iowa is trying to get the ball down the field, trying to get in Minnesota territory, and we're going to get a tackle for loss here. Jack Henderson, absolute stud. If you don't know Jack Henderson is an Energizer Bunny that does not stop. He has such good energy. A screen pass here is snuffed out by our defense once again. And we once again find ourselves in 3rd and 12. And of course, I did not pay attention to the personnel. That should be okay though. We'll see if we can get a stop there, break that up. All right, we get another punt. Good stop by our defense. It's going to give our offense a chance to move the ball down the field, and let's see if we can get a bounce, and it goes in the end zone for a touchback. Iowa's been playing these RPOs so aggressively. I'm curious to see if we can get Tyler Williams. Yep, we got him. Let's go get a block there. Go to the outside. Juke. There we go. Big pickup on 1st down. And again, just see if they'll give us anything. Oh, but we got Darius Taylor on the right side. Makes a nice juke. Picks up 8 yards. A good run by Darius Taylor there. I like the tempo that our offense is playing with. I just almost threw a pick. I like the tempo. I like our physicality right now. Offense is playing pretty well. Offensive line is making some nice blocks. Darius Taylor's finding the right holes there. And the rushing attack has looked pretty good so far. Let's see what this safety does. He goes back. Oh boy, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, we got Steve Bangura in because I made a dumb mistake of hurdling with Darius Taylor. Let's see. Oh, that's a terrible juke. Alright, this drive is not going how I thought it was going to go. Let's see what we can get on this play. We have a receiver over the middle. Oh, I had that. Gotta throw it with a little more juice. Alright, and the theme of this series is we are relying on our defense to make too many plays here. We're giving up big chunk yards to these tight ends. I don't think that's a bad matchup to have that linebacker though. So we got to figure something out there. 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 14. Iowa is looking to drive the ball down the field. I don't know what that was, but of course they're going to pick up a 1st down. 1st and 10. Iowa's looking to get in Minnesota territory. Run on the left side. Goes for a good chunk of yards. 2nd and 2. 2:06 left. They just got into Minnesota territory, and they get a tackle for loss. Jaw Joyner once again. And Jaw Joyner is having such a good year for this series. He has been an absolute stud for this defense. 3rd and 5. Let's see if we can get a stop. Maybe they're going to, oh, the run pass here. Over the middle. Who is that? Is that Luke Lachey? Cade McNamara almost has 300 yards passing, which probably tells you just how trash I am at this game, but we're doing our best here. We'll see. We got a run on the right side. Broken tackle. Makes it for a 3-yard gain. And we are just trying to get a stop here. 2nd and 7. A tackle loss would be huge, but we'll see if we can get... Oh my gosh, they're just picking up clutch 1st downs. Iowa's tight ends are no joke here. They are very talented. Run on the right side there. Gets tackled for 5 yards. 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Iowa is driving. This is not a good drive so far for the Gophers. And another broken tackle. We are going to look very good. Why can't I tackle? Oh my gosh. All right, 21-14.
They're trailing by 14 to Cal. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with
21-14, 56 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We are not making smart decisions right now. We got RPO game should be working for us, and here we go. We're going to get something there. A good pickup there, 3rd and 1. That was a big play for us. Let's see if we can get Darius Taylor to pick up the 1st down here. Iowa is packing the box right now, but let's see what Darius Taylor can do. Cannot pick up that 1st down. Not ideal. Definitely not a great way to head into the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 for Iowa. Let's see if we can get... Oh, we get a tackle for loss. Who is a big tackle? Devin Eastern I think that that's been a big key for us right now, is that our defensive line is playing lights out. And we, again, just have to limit these explosive plays by Iowa's playmakers, and that's going to be a good way to do that. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. Are they going to snap the ball before the end of the 3rd quarter? They do get it off. Let's see if we can get a sack. That's going to be picked off. We are so close to getting the ball back. Again, we are so close. We've had 2, 3 nearly picked off passes. That's been so frustrating. But here we go. Let's see what our offense can do. 2nd and 16. Let's see if we can get something out of this. Tyler Williams is trying to do his part, but it's 3rd and 13. Daniel Jackson has been quiet. Got press coverage there. Let's see if we can get something from him. I like this matchup, but we're not going to come down with it. Once again, we are asking our defense to make a stop. Offense is not getting anything going, but a run to the left side is met with Jack Henderson. 2nd and 8. Near midfield, so we need to get a stop, and a hitch route goes for a good chunk of yards, make it 3rd and 2, and we'll see if our defense is up for the task here. 3rd and 2, ball is near midfield once again. A draw play is going to go for nothing, a tackle for loss. 4th and 6, that's a huge stop for our defense. Defense coming up clutch once again. We obviously like to see that not be the case as much, but it is what it is at this point. Let's see if we can get a bounce again. Ball does go into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if we can get our offense up and running here. Darius Taylor's going to get started. I should have taken that outside. 38 yards for Darius Taylor, not too shabby in a game that we've seen some struggles for Minnesota. Tyler Williams is going to make a nice juke. Makes another guy miss. Tyler Williams, unreal. That kid is going to be fun. He is so good. And he's a young player. I'm shocked Minnesota got him from Georgia in the transfer portal. That's not where I wanted to go, but that will be okay. Offense is picking up the pace here. Darius Taylor going to get tackled for a loss. 3rd and 9, not ideal. Rosemer is running to the right side here. Can he pick up the first down? He will pick up the first down. That 1st and 10 run. Max Rosemer. And I forget that he's not the fastest by any means. You watch that, but he is someone who definitely has the ability to pick up yards at certain points. We got the tight end on the left side there, and on the football 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8, the offense is driving. See if we can pick up first down here. Easy pitch and catch over the middle. That's a good play. Brockington with a nice catch. See what we got for options here. Let's roll out to the right. Rosemer has it. I don't know how good he is on the run throwing, but he's going to pick up a first down. His legs, I don't know why I haven't used 21 yards rushing for Max Rosemer. A good 2 first downs for him, and we get a screen pass that's going to get tackled for a loss. 2nd and 15, I would like a touchdown here, but obviously I know that's not possible. Oh my gosh. 3rd and 19, a terrible RPO play by me, and it's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if we can get something in the end zone, and it's picked off. A terrible throw once again, just compounding mistakes on my part. Iowa is looking to run a clock out here. Let's see if our defense can get another stop. We've been really good, and Iowa is definitely trying to run a clock out here, trying to get a big play as he's trying to go to the left side. Oh my gosh, can't tackle. 1st and 10. I gotta stop hitting square. I keep doing what NCAA 14 has taught me to do for so long, which is try to go for the big hit, and it's just not going to work. Misdirection. Let's see, we get a stop there. I don't think we have enough time to get the ball back. We do need a stop, and Iowa's going to hand it off. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. I don't think they're going to throw it. That would be very, very surprising. They do not, and we'll see what we get. We're not going to have a ton of time, and we are going to have to go a long way to get points on the board. We do need a touchdown. That's going to be very difficult. Let's see what we get for a return, which is not much. 18 seconds left. We are just trying to get the ball down the field. We obviously do need a touchdown, so we'll see what we can do with that. We're going to throw it deep. Tyler Williams, can you come down with it? No, you cannot. And we are just looking for anything to get the ball down the field. Trying to throw a corner route here, not going to work. And this is a tough one. This is not an ideal situation if you're Minnesota. I don't know how we got that pass off. 2 seconds left. This is a disappointing end to this game, a game that had so much promise, and the big plays really just killed us. That's really what it came down to. And we're throwing it deep, see if we can get some miraculous catch here, but we do not. Iowa's going to come away with this win. Missed opportunities there. A 21-14 loss. Definitely a learnable opportunity for us here, but very disappointing nonetheless. Unfortunately for us, our reward or punishment, if you will, for losing to Iowa is playing the #2 Michigan Wolverines. This is not going to be an easy test. This is our first true road game, and not exactly the easiest road game to start with, but it gives us a chance to see where we need to be. Michigan in this series right now, maybe not in real life, is a national championship contender this year, but we'll see how Minnesota stacks up against the likes of this team. The stadium's going to be crazy. It's going to give us an opportunity to play at a high level, and we'll see if we can get things going with a good start on this return. And once again, we're going right back to the RPOs. Oh boy, this is going to be real rough. RPO there gets us to open space. We might not be able to go no huddle here. We might have to stick with what is going to work, which right now we are running the football pretty well with Darius Taylor. And right as I say that, I just go no huddle. Don't even think twice about it. Pick up the first down though. Crowd noise is crazy. #1. I thought Texas A&M was #1. Maybe that's going to change in this game. I got to start remembering my plays. RPO, Darius Taylor, get to the left side there. A big pickup of 7 yards. Rushing attack is playing pretty well. The Ty Stewart's back in after that injury. We'll see if that affects it. This defense is so good. This could be a long night for the Gophers. We'll find out what this team's made of, though, because we have, 4th and 7. That was a rough drive. I won't even lie. It's going to be a potential long day if we're not able to silence this crowd noise. But in this series, these are the games that we are going to have to find ways to win, find ways to compete, because Michigan is so good. You're going to have opportunities to make plays like that. And this is where, if you're looking to rebuild Minnesota, getting them to a point where they are going to, oh my gosh, did I learn nothing from the Iowa game? Big play for a touchdown. It's like the worst way you can start at Michigan is by struggling to move the ball down the field and then giving up a big play. But here we are. We are back and trying to run the football. Mason Graham, get out of here. Ridiculous. Mason Graham is an absolute stud, and that is not going to bode well for us. That is not going to make life very easy for us, though. A big play here as Elijah Spencer gets out in open space. We get some plays here, so we're at least moving the ball a little bit. Read option. Let's see what we get here. And Mason Graham, I just need to give. At this point, Mason Graham is going to make my life miserable, and it's not going to end well for Minnesota if we're going to try to do that. I mean, having Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, that's almost unfair, and we're going to get smoked as we throw it. 3rd and 14, which is just not the place you want to be against Michigan in the big house. We're going to run a screen here, see if that gets us something. Tyler Williams with a nice pickup there. He picks up the first down. Tyler Williams, man, he is going to have to be more of a featured player. 1st and 10. Somehow we're moving the ball against the Michigan Wolverines. 2nd and 7. Let's see if we can get something going here. Oh, it's actually calm. Big plays will do that, though, I guess. Oh, Daniel Jackson's sick route there. Nice route to get open. Can you get to the end zone? Almost breaks the tackle. 1st down. What a good drive for Minnesota. Good response after that tough first drive and giving up the big play on. Again, big plays here are going to calm down this crowd. It's going to give us opportunities to move the football on the ground and through the air, and Darius Taylor is fighting for yards. 2nd and 4. Ball is near the end zone here. We will see what we got. I have no idea what button that's going to be. Okay. Oh, yep. We got the RPO. Can we get a block? We can, and we get in the end zone. Minnesota is going to tie this game up. A 9-play, 75-yard drive that took 1:54. That is good progress. Again, I don't know how this series is going to go in year 1, but I do know that there's plenty of potential in this team, especially if we can do that against the number 2 team in the entire country. Defense gave up big plays before. Let's see if we can get something in terms of a stop. Donovan Edwards and his speed are going to be a nightmare. 2nd and 5. Let's see if we can throw them off here with the 2 linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. Oh, play action. We got, man, we got to get some DBs in here that can at least cover something. Because it's going to be a long, long dynasty if our DBs, our cornerbacks can't make plays to slow down offenses like that. Oh my gosh, Donovan Edwards, that's ridiculous. Again, we are looking to get a stop. Ball is nearing midfield. Alex Orji under center. Handoff to the right side. Donovan Edwards and his speed, that is dangerous. Breaks a tackle. That is not helping our case. Even when you make plays, sometimes you're just going to get destroyed. And Michigan has too much talent. Maybe not so in real life this year. Well, they definitely have the talent, but they don't have the ability right now in real life. But in this game, they are definitely a contender. They're 4-0, number 2 team. But again, Minnesota is playing pretty tough. 2nd and 9 here. A shift. Colson Loveland. Let's see if we can get to the quarterback. Force Orji out of the pocket. Makes him throw it away. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. Ball on the 47-yard line. We definitely need to get a stop here. Maybe force a punt depending on what happens on this play, and ball's thrown low and in. A punt here is huge. Hopefully we're going to get a touchback for better field position. Let's see what the punter does, and he just rockets one. That's going in the end zone, a nice touchback. Last drive was pretty good for Minnesota. Let's see if the RPO game can help us again. Mason Graham is just destroying my offensive line. And I don't know why I keep running towards him, but you got to do something. I mean, oh my gosh, there he is again. He's so good. If you don't watch Mason Graham in real life, I think that you are really missing out on a really exciting player in college football. RPO, that's probably going to be our workaround right now. And Brockington is off in space, picks up the 1st down and gets near midfield. A big pickup. That is going to silence the crowd a little bit. That allows us to run a little bit more calmly. As you can see, nothing was shaking. But Kenneth Grant is trying to make that more difficult. 2nd and 8, though. Darius Taylor with a nice pickup. I think RPOs have to be the way to go. And when you're a team that is maybe going to struggle more than you necessarily like, that's a pick. What am I doing? He just read that and just, as I just praised how RPOs are going to do. Pick 6, Bakari Page, touchdown. Not an ideal way to get this game started, and literally everything that you don't want to do against a really good team, I am doing right now. Let's see if the second quarter is any better for us. Again, we are making some good plays. It's just that mistakes and missed tackles are killing us right now. That last play was just terrible. That's on me. And once again, the crowd is right back into it. 1st and 10, play action. Let's see if Rosemer can get anything going. He gets hit as he throws.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What
Again, reading the defense is going to be the biggest thing here. Darius Taylor has been good for us, but we're not getting much traction in that regard. 3rd and 9, and we are looking to pick up a 1st down here. Let's see if we can get it. We have Elijah Spencer, has wide open, has plenty of space, stiff arm, gets into Michigan territory. Again, we are making some really nice plays, just have to limit those mental mistakes. Again, that pick was just so bad, but we are competing with the #2 team in the country. That says a lot about our team, and now we just have to find ways to finish. We just have to find ways to get our team the ball and see what we can do there. And RPO again. This crowd noise is just killing. 3rd and 11. We're probably out of field goal range unless we get a good chunk of yards here. Let's see if we can get a slip screen out to the right side. Darius Taylor is going to pick up the 1st down, hurdles a guy, and gets inside the 20 for a big 1st down for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Again, right when I think that this team is going to struggle, they pick up a good chunk of yards. Somebody makes a play. Sia Bangura breaks a tackle. He's trying to get into the end zone inside the 5-yard line. Again, this team, kind of like in real life, is just that resilient group that competes and competes and competes, and is really fun to watch. Elijah Spencer is going to pick up 1, but that's really fun. You can't, obviously, there's only so much you can do in a video game, and that's what makes this sometimes difficult if you're a Minnesota Gophers fan, as we get a tackle for loss. You don't necessarily get that same feeling of you're a competitive team, but it's hard to put that in a video game setting. And we're rolling out to the left here. We're going to throw it away. We'll settle for a field goal. It's pretty good, despite what we had here. And it's up and it's good. 14-10. Wanted a touchdown. We'll settle for a field goal. Again, we are moving the ball. That's exactly what we need. Just have to find ways to, again, limit those mental mistakes and get in the end zone. See what our defense does here. Again, Alex Orji is not a dangerous threat whatsoever with his arm, but his legs right there, very evident that can be difficult. 2nd and 8, 3:45 left in the 2nd quarter. Looking to get a big stop here on 2nd down, run on the right side. Orji, like I said, his legs are very dangerous. 3rd and 3, we need a stop here. A stop here would give us a chance to either take the lead or pull within 1. But play action here. It goes to the right side, and they're open once again. Good play call by Michigan. And we'll see how Minnesota can respond. 1st and 10. Michigan is inside of Minnesota territory. A handoff to the left side, and Donovan Edwards is gone. Breaks all the way open, and a huge touchdown. Again, big plays. This is exactly the kind of struggles that Minnesota's going to run into. Talent-wise, they just don't have the players, and if Donovan Edwards breaks free, he is going to get in the end zone. Well, down 21-10. Not ideal, but this is where we're at. And we have to find ways to move the ball down the field. That's not a good start. Again, this is where Minnesota's at. They are in a position where Michigan is supremely talented to them, and it's very obvious in some of these plays. And that's not an excuse. That just is what it is. It's just, I'm not saying that we should be beating Michigan at this point, because we really shouldn't. But this is definitely a team that, oh, another pick, jeez. I did not read that. I did not see him. Oh, another pick 6. Great, love that. And just like that, it's 28-10. But again, like I said, it's the talent gap. And the point of this dynasty is going to be to get Minnesota to that point where you're back in the quote-unquote good old days of winning national championships, and that's definitely possible in this game. It's just not maybe possible in real life. But again, the talent gap is really Minnesota's biggest thing, because I think that if you're able to, as we get tackled there, almost get sacked, if you're able to close that talent gap, I think that Minnesota has the ability, the culture with under PJ Fleck to kind of get where you want to be, and that would make them a really exciting team. But it's kind of hard when you're 3rd and 10 in the big house and things are not going your way. So, and you're getting just smashed. And of course, I'm still dropping back too far. 28-10. It's the first half. This is going to be a long game. And Donovan Edwards is going to get tackled for a loss. But again, our defense, I really like the way our defense competes. Again, it's not going to be the best performance, but it's going to be something in this game where you just have to find certain things that are going well and kind of build off of that. Year one is always going to be a difficult time for any team, and right now Minnesota is definitely a team that is struggling because they just don't have that talent, but they do have guys that are competitors. In real life, you want to make sure that you have those kind of guys that are going to drive this program in the right direction, because I do think Minnesota has a good group of players that are fighters. They're not going to just give up in the first sign of adversity. They're going to find ways to be competitive. It might take a little bit of time to get things going. And again, right what I was talking about before in the video, when somebody comes in and blitzes, if you have a route going there, immediately go there. That is the easiest way to beat pressure. That is the easiest way to pick up yards. And even against the best competition, if you have a guy in that opening, you need to let him have the football immediately. Get him the ball as fast as possible. 33 seconds. I feel like I should be throwing more, but at the same time, we've got to be smart with the football. 1st and 10, though. That was a nice catch by Brockington to get us inside of Michigan territory. Try to get some points on the board to make this a closer game. Again, I feel like we're moving the ball really well against, oh my gosh, can't even get the ball off. Right as I'm trying to compliment my team, Michigan's like, hey, we're not going to do that anymore. How about you just stop telling your team that they're good? So, oh, I shouldn't have thrown that, but we're going to try it anyways. Michigan is just so good. You get to this point where I'm at 3rd and 10, and I have Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant just barreling down and just can't even get a pass off. It's just insane. Right when I think I'm going to get points, then Mason Graham is just smashing Max Brosmer. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? 1st and 10, 7 seconds left. Michigan's just going to run the football, get us to halftime. That's exactly what we need. Not a good performance. 2 pick sixes are the difference right now. I wouldn't say that's the only difference, but we are not looking good, and we get to kick the ball off to Michigan. This is going to be one of those games where this could get out of hand if we're not careful. But again, we've had some good drives. They just stall, and that's not helping. All right, I think our defense is definitely a second half defense. I think they are definitely a better team. Right on cue, tackle for loss. I'm not saying that we're going to beat Michigan, because we're probably not. But at the same time, this is a defense that is very much a second half group, and they have played really well so far in this series. And just like that, 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 for a group that, again, is been playing pretty well, and we're going to get another stop there. Again, we can't just go to an aerial attack. We can't afford to do that. You just have to stick with what you know, and you do have to keep running the football with Darius Taylor. It may not be the best option, but at the same time, Michigan is going to make life very difficult for you if you keep getting behind the chains. And right now it's 3rd and 3, and sometimes you just have to go with what's working. And right now, Darius Taylor is working. All right, Tyler Williams, while you are good at catching the football, I need you to block right now like you've never blocked before, and you're not. But again, there's the talent gap. Right when I think I have something, Michigan's like, hey, reminder, we have better players. We're just overall better than you. And now I'm just getting destroyed in the backfield. If you have to resort to screens and whatnot, that's when you're kind of just in trouble. And granted, maybe they work, but right now I would say Minnesota is in a world of pain with trying to move the ball. 1st and 10. Again, we are not playing extremely well. Fumble on the play. Can we pick up the ball? No, Donovan Edwards, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. I thought we were going to get in big trouble there. Donovan Edwards was hurt on that play, but he appears to be fine. 2nd and 11. Again, what did I say? Second half defense. Now, that's not a guarantee that we're not going to give up any points, but this is a defense that has played typically pretty well in this series. In that second half, that's helped us make comebacks in games. And right now, it looks like they're doing a pretty good job of getting to that point as well. I would say that give up 1st down, but still, this is a defense that, again, just like in real life, is not quitting. They are not giving up on this game. It's an 18-point deficit, and Michigan has moved the ball down the field with some sort of efficiency, but this defense continues to make plays. And I think even for Minnesota fans, they're just looking to see some of maybe like the Glenn Mason days where, oh my gosh, just one cut and gone. Donovan Edwards just destroying us. Is that this game? No, he doesn't have 105 yards, but oh my gosh, could we not tackle whatsoever? We just don't have the guys. We just don't have the talent level that's going to make the difference here. And that's okay right now. Right now it's all about building, recruiting, getting to a place where you feel like you're in a better position to influence certain players to come to campus, and it's going to take some time. This is not going to be as easy as it potentially was back in the early 1900s, but right now we're doing what we can. I say that like we're not just getting run over in certain areas. Our defensive linemen are doing what they can. Play action there, get a pick. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? If they get that bounce too. That's just one of those games. Michigan is just getting every bounce. Tip pass, nearly picked off. Colston Loveland catches it for a touchdown. Ideally, you'd like to open up passing attack a little bit more than what we've seen for Minnesota right now. Just kidding. But again, 55 and 78 are going to make your life very difficult. It does not matter who you are. They are so good. And we are learning that, unfortunately, too much. And again, right on cue, both of them. Literally, don't give me any time. And yeah, that's on me to not call plays that are so long developing. And play action is probably not the best thing, but it's also, you got to do something. And if I did just get smashed and throw another pick, this is just a terrible game for Minnesota. Michigan is just running away with this. It started out as I'd say a decent game for the Gophers, but it's just gone downhill ever since. I mean, the positives, we didn't give up pick 6, 3rd pick of the day, but didn't go for 6, so, that's good. We're looking for silver linings, I guess. In fact, this drive didn't even go for 6. It's going to be 3. So, small victories. I'm not into small victories here, but this is a long-term outlook. And right now, the short-term outlook is, at this point, probably just trying to get out of this game without too many injuries. Rosemore was hurt, so we'll see if he comes back in. He is in. Let's see if we can just, again, Mason Graham, could you knock it off? Mason Graham is just destroying my offensive line. Like, we are just not getting anything. And right on cue, fumble, turnovers galore. Time to just pack it in and let's get to next week. It has been a disaster for the Gophers. It has not been good, and another touchdown is just adding insult to injury. Well, we're doing our best, right? All right, go back to old reliable, and we're just getting. Michigan is just so. I mean, they don't even need to blitz, but they continue doing that, and that's just 2nd and 12. Again, just trying to get the ball down the field. Nice 1st down there. Got the backups in, so we're just trying to get the ball to some of our playmakers, see what they're capable of doing. And so far, our 2nd team looks better than our 1st team. That's obviously not the case, but so far, our backups are off to a decent start.
looking to throw.
Third and 1. Let's see if we can pick up a first down here. Again, our rushing attack started off, I think, pretty well, but it did not. 45-10, and this is exactly what I was talking about, where Minnesota just needs to have more time in recruiting, trying to get players to elevate in this series, and trying to get to a position where you can compete with the likes of Michigan, with the likes of Ohio State. Now Oregon's in the Big 12, Big 10. Geez, see, I don't even know what conference I'm in. That's how broken I am from this game. But you have a ton of competition. Why is Mason Graham still in? Why? They're up 45-10. What do you have to prove? I got beef. Why do you have your starters in? You're up 35, and you got the two best defensive tackles in college football potentially. So Brosmer must be hurt then. I don't know. I guess our starters are not in. Over the top, nice pass. Get in the end zone. Again, Michigan's just got all their studs in. No matter where you hit the end zone. Good drive there for Whitkey in that offense. We're celebrating way too much for a team that's down by a ton of points. Overall, again, mental mistakes are a killer here, but at the same time, we did have some positives. Have to look at it that way. Why are there starters in? What do they have? Like, this is a rivalry game, but guys, come on. What are we doing? Also, kneel the ball. I'm not calling timeouts. Like, what are we doing here? 2nd and 8. Yeah, run the clock out. Take a knee. I'm not taking timeouts.
Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. One step
Tough loss. Not unexpected, though. When you go into the big house, it takes a different level that we just don't have right now. Okay, just run the ball, sure. But that's just is what it is. We have a long ways to go. 1-2 start to this video. Not great, but we know where we have to go. Silver lining, we do get a safety to commit to our team, a guy that we had been on for a little bit here. That's a good addition here, making progress on some other players, but a good signing. So while we do struggle to win on the field, we did get a small little win